Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Cody and today I will be doing my 2023 round 1 NRL fixture if I was in charge of the NRL. So this means if I was in charge of the NRL, this is how I think round 1 should start off for the 2023 season. The official 2023 NRL draw is expected to come out towards the end of November, start of December, after the World Cup finishes on the 20th of November. So sometime after that, the draw should be released. So I think this is the best time to get this out of the way. If you agree or disagree with the matches I'm going to say for the NRL round fixture, if I was running the competition, that is okay with me. Just comment down below what matches you want to see in round 1 for 2023 if you were running the NRL competition. But other than that, let's get into today's video. And kicking it off with the season opener for the 2023 season is the Thursday night game at 7:50 between the Parramatta Eels and the Cronulla Sharks. I'm going with the Eels and Sharks to start off the season opener, as both these teams made the top 4, finishing in 2nd and 4th spot in 2022 season respectively, with the Sharks finishing in 2nd of having a great year in improvement over their 2021 season, just missing out on the finals. Now the Sharks have only lost a couple of players. They haven't gained anyone really. They've only got Organ Kafusi, who came from the Parramatta Eels, and the Eels have lost a lot of key players, especially Isaiah Papali'i and Reid Marnie, 2 big losses for both of them. So I think Parramatta will struggle a bit next year, but I think this will be a great game to start off to see where both of these teams will continue with their momentum going into the 2023 season. The only Friday night game, which should start at 7:30 or 7:40 instead of 7:50 or 8 o'clock, will be between the Brisbane Broncos and the newcomers, the Dolphins. I believe the 6 PM game is going to be scrapped for next season, and there will be the 6:15 PM game when there's 8 games for many rounds for next year. It makes total sense for the Broncos and Dolphins to go against each other, as the Dolphins are the new team and they're both based in Brisbane. You're going to draw a crowd of at least 45 to 50,000 people on a Friday night, as Friday night games are meant to be massive or even a sellout. So I reckon both the Broncos and the Dolphins on the Friday night. Super Saturday now, the 3 PM should be between the New Zealand Warriors and the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. The Warriors should definitely have a home game in round 1, as they have been away from their home country during the past 3 seasons, and I know they went back to Mount Smart for 4 games in 2022 season, but I reckon they should have 12 of their home games back in New Zealand no matter what, while the Bulldogs are going to be one of the most talked about teams going into next year, as they have a lot of talent for 2023. 5:30 PM Saturday should be between the Sydney Roosters and the North Queensland Cowboys. The Roosters should have a home game in round 1, as they'll be welcomed back at Allianz Stadium. I know they played at Allianz at the end of last year, but that was only for 2 games, and it was against the same team, the Rabbitohs. Go against the Cowboys, the Roosters, as the Cowboys shocked everyone this year, as they finished in 3rd place after coming in 15th place in 2021. One of the most improved teams there has been in a couple of years. This would be one of the more better games of round 1, as both of these teams managed to finish in the top 8 in last year's season, 2022, and you could get a really good crowd at Allianz Stadium, as this will be the first full season that Allianz Stadium will be used. So I reckon this should be the Saturday 5:30 game with the Roosters and Cowboys. And the final Saturday night game taking place at 7:35, which should be taking place between the St George Illawarra Dragons and the Newcastle Knights, and here's why. This will probably be the most boring game between the three games on the Saturday, with the Bulldogs and Warriors could be a big game as the Warriors will have a home game in round one, and the Roosters and Cowboys will be a blockbuster. So I reckon this game could be a bit of a meh in between, but probably not the most boring game of the round, I reckon. And both of these teams are going to have an interesting year next year, as Newcastle could be slipping to a wooden spoon most likely, and the Dragons will fight to finish in the top 8, but I don't think they'll make the top 8, even with the resigning of Ben Hunt, who signed for an extra 2 years, I think, but it has officially happened, but we'll just have to wait and see. Our first of 3 Sunday games. The first game, which will kick off at 2 p.m, will be between the Manly Sea Eagles and the Gold Coast Titans. I reckon this would be the most boring game of the round. No offence to Titans and Manly fans and supporters. The Titans, even though they've got key signings like Sam Verrills and Kieran Foran to help out with the squad, I reckon they're still going to struggle for the 2023 season. While more drama continues with the Manly Sea Eagles, as Des Hasler has now officially been sacked as their head coach for the club, and apparently it looks like Anthony Seabolt will come into the side as their head coach. I don't care who comes in. I think it's a stupid decision. Des Hasler should have stayed. I mean, he's a great coach. I don't know him personally because I'm not a Manly fan, but he should have stayed at the club. But I don't know how Manly will go next year. We'll just have to wait and see. I reckon they will improve as long as Tom Trbojevic stays 100% healthy, doesn't go down with any injuries, and as long as everyone plays a full 80 minutes as well. So I reckon this should be the 2 o'clock game. The 4 p.m. game should be kicked off between the defending and back-to-back premiers Penrith Panthers against the Canberra Raiders. This one will be the most interesting game if it happens. The Panthers have lost a couple of players, such as Vladimir Kikau to the Bulldogs, and the Aparai Carousel, who's gone to the West Tigers. It will be interesting how the Panthers will start off next year, but I think they'll be a strong side regardless. While with the Raiders, it's going to be really interesting, as they have also lost a couple key players as well. But I reckon the Raiders should go against the Panthers as to test to see how Panthers will go without their main key players who have gone to other clubs. But I reckon this will be a great game for a 4 p.m. And the last game, which would kick off at 6:15 p.m, I reckon should take place, will be between the South Sydney Rabbitohs, my team, against the Melbourne Storm. This means I'll have the West Tigers having the bye. I reckon they should have the bye as they came last and claimed their first wooden spoon in 2022 season. So I reckon they should have the bye for round 1 and play in round 2. The Storm are looking to bounce back to finish in the top 4 after missing out this year, finishing in 5th place, while the Rabbitohs finish in 7th place, finishing the back end of the 2022 season very strong and finishing in a preliminary finals, finishing a preliminary final finish and losing. But I reckon both of these teams will go very well next year, and why not put both of these teams against each other in round 1. They played each other in round 2 last year, and they had a great first meeting between each other before they played each other in round 19 last year, which I was at that game. Rabbitohs beat them 24-12, but I reckon they should finish off round 1, as this will be a great game to watch regardless who wins. And that will come towards the end of my round 1 NRL fixture video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like, comment, and subscribe for more. I am on my way to 600 subscribers. Let's get there before the start of the 2023 season. And if you agree or disagree with the games I discussed that could happen for round 1, that's okay. Comment down below what games you would like to see, and comment down below how you would start off round 1 for 2023. Other than that, I've got 2 other videos coming out this week. I've got the Sydney Roosters season review coming out this week, and also I will be reacting to my 2022 ladder prediction from earlier in the year. I haven't gone over it yet, but I'll be amazed if I got any correct. Other than that, I will see each and every one of you in the next video. Take care.